Hey guys, it's Scott with Scotty B Cards. In this episode, we have another video where I'll be looking to some players who I think are undervalued now and that will have big seasons in 2021 and their card values will increase. To jump into it, the first thing I want to say is make sure when you are buying any cards as an investment or as a collection that you look into each player and decide that for you it is a good purchase. Just because I say to buy somebody or think I might look into somebody or somebody else has to buy somebody that's much smarter than I am, make sure you do your own research. That's the very first thing I want to say. After that, I just want to say please like and subscribe. It helps if you do subscribe to the channel, helps the channel grow and helps me be able to continue to do this. Okay, so to jump into it, first person is Zack Greinke. Zack Greinke is one of the most unique personalities in all of baseball, and honestly, he's probably one of my favorite personalities in all of baseball. First thing that catches your eye when you're looking at this screen is that he's good. Like, the first thing is he's better than you remember. I think that's the main thing. Right here, he has a 72.2 career WAR, which is really awesome. You know, that's Hall of Fame for sure territory. He has a Cy Young, 6 Gold Gloves, which is impressive, and 2 Silver Sluggers, which for a pitcher who can rake, I think everybody can get on board with that. 2 ERA titles, 6-time All-Star. Let's scroll down to his actual stats. By the way, he's entering his age 37 season. He's been twirling it for a very long time and very well. He had a little renaissance the last few years, you know. In 2016, he had a really rough year, his first year with Arizona, but he's going into Arizona where they still didn't have the humidor, and so the baseballs did fly a little bit better there versus other ballparks. But as he continued, he did well, got traded to the Astros, pitched really well, and last year he had a down year, but he still put up 1.2 pitching WAR. And on top of that, he still had barely over a 4 ERA. I think he will sit underneath a 4, probably around a 3.7 to 3.8 WAR for probably the rest of his career, however long that will be. But he is almost to some major statistical standards that you need to get into the Hall of Fame, or not even get in the Hall of Fame, just to be able to be an elite all-time pitcher. And the first one is strikeouts. He almost has 3,000 strikeouts. He's about, what is that, 311 away from 3,000. I think there's only 15 or 16 pitchers ever to get to the 3,000 strike club, but he is almost there. He's knocking at the door. He won't get there this year. He usually averages about 200 a year, as you can tell. Actually, 191 right there is the 162 game average. So it'll be a year and a half. This year, if he pitches a full, healthy season, he'll almost get there, and then he'll break it 2 years from now. And when that happens, he will be basically guaranteed a Hall of Fame spot at that point. On top of that, he has over 200 wins. It used to be 300 wins got you to the Hall of Fame. I think it's 200 now with how little pitchers like pitch into games. You know, you look at Jacob DeGrom, he's only won, I think he's like around 50 games in his career. Maybe he's a little bit more, but it just proves that he is close to a Hall of Fame path as well. He's not quite there, I agree with that, but he's getting closer, and he probably won't get to any major statistics. So let's just look. He's won 70 games. So still low, still less than 100. But to get back into Zack Greinke, I want to show his best rookie card, in my opinion, and show how undervalued it is. Zack Greinke does not have a Bowman Chrome autograph. He never has one, but he does have a 2002 Bowman Chrome draft rookie. This is the very first card that he appeared that's really worth anything, and his Bowman Chrome is only $65. It sounds like that is a lot for Zack Greinke because, you know, 65 bucks for a raw card is expensive, but if you actually look at the PSA pop of Zack Greinke, you can see this is the Bowman Chrome, 2002 Bowman Chrome draft picks. He only has 201 cards graded. It is a really short printed set. In this same set is Joey Votto, and both of those guys' cards are carrying this product, but on top of that, they're rare. They're hard to find. So Zack Greinke is a great buy. You can also look at his actual rookie card from 2004. This is a great buy, the gold medallion rookie, but here's an E-Topps rookie, but this is his flagship rookie card. It says Future Stars because prior to 2006, the actual way they did rookie cards was different. After 2006, Topps required the player to make the big leagues before he got the rookie logo on the card. So prior to then, it was kind of the Wild West of cards. So this is his actual rookie card, and it's super cheap, $8 buy it now. So that's something to look into. The next player I want to discuss is Anthony Rendon. Anthony Rendon is in a look. He's in LA. You know, a lot of huge stars are in LA. You have Cody Bellinger, Mookie Betts, Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Will Smith, 2 Will Smiths, if you think about it. Anthony Rendon, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani. There's a ton of talent in LA. And I think if the Angels can have a good year and possibly get a wild card and get to the playoffs, his cards will go up. He's won a World Series, and he was a huge part of that World Series win. If you look at his numbers, he is really good. I don't think he'll be close to the Hall of Fame when it gets said and done. I don't think he'll make it, but he'll be close. You know, Maybe he's like a veterans committee guy where if he gets enough stats and they look back and say, yeah, he was a good player among his peers, but it'll be close. He has 31.3 career WAR heading into his age 31 season, and he's a third baseman. Third baseman age relatively well compared to, you know, shortstops or players like that, or even second baseman. He's a third baseman. He can stay there a long time. You know, think of Adrian Beltre-esque. You know, he can be there for a while and continue to provide tons of value. But if you dig into his stats, he's good. He's had 2 top 5 finishes, and then 2 other top 10 finishes, and 1 barely outside of the top 10. Last year was a sneaky good year. He was a top 10 finisher. He hit 286 with a 915 OPS. He had 9 home runs, 31 RBIs, and only 52 games. So overall, Rendon is a sneaky buy, especially because his cards are cheap. You'll see with a lot of players who get traded halfway through their career or sign with a different team, that because the previous fan base doesn't really want them and the new fan base doesn't know about them, there's a really good buying gap right there. That happened to Mookie last year, and now the Dodgers fans love Mookie, they're spiking, and that's partially why. But if you look, this is like in comparison to Nolan Arenado, he's like 250 to 300. 109 is a great deal, half price. You can buy 2 rookies for 10 bucks. There's other good deals. This is a great deal, but there's even one a little bit better I saw a second ago. The Target Red PSA 9 for less than $200. Here's a Target Red for $139. Here's a black out of 62, probably his best rookie and one of the best parallels for $279. And I know these aren't super cheap, but in comparison to his peers, they're very cheap. And you can find good deals. Like let's even go type in a blue parallel, the Walmart blue. $35. I think anybody can get into Anthony Rendon at $35, and if you can, I think that'll easily be a $50, $60 card. That's just my opinion and my trajectory. No math behind it, but just because I think if he can play well behind Mike Trout for a full season, Angels fans will want him, and other investors will want him as well. So just a player to consider. Anthony Rendon has amazing stats. I looked at his comparable players all time. They aren't super impressive. That's because he hasn't actually accumulated all the stats to really compare to amazing players. Hank Thompson's nobody, too bad, you know. Over here is Justin Turner, Christian Yelich, Kevin Youkilis, players in that category. But if he can cement himself and have just a couple more good years, he'll get close to that Hall of Fame edge. And I think people will start speculating. His cards will go up. The next one I have is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And this is more of a speculation. I always try to have a couple solid picks and then one speculation. And the reason I think Vlad is a speculation is because it's no secret how good he was in the minor leagues. Here's his minor league stash line right here for his time down there. And on top of that, he hasn't been bad in MLB. He was so hyped going into Major League Baseball that people expected him to be like a god performing player. You know, people wanted him to be like how Tatis and Soto are. But he's not been bad. He's been a positive WAR player at age 20 and 21, mind you. That's really young. If you look at his numbers, there's peripherals that make you think he'll be okay. His on base is super low, but I think that will go up. You know, on base isn't something that people really have right out of the gate. Juan Soto's an anomaly. He's like a very rare player who's actually amazing at this, recognizing the strike zone, not swinging too many pitches at a young age. But Vlad has been killing it in spring training, obviously. 24 plate appearances, 529 batting percentage. But overall, he will become better than he has the last few years. I can almost promise that he'll have a better OPS this year, more home runs. And he's the type of player I think that could hit 40 home runs, and he's the type of player that can be exciting. He's lost a ton of weight heading into this season, and he looks awesome. And I know that doesn't make a huge difference, but if he's quicker, if he feels better, it may actually help him perform better and make his cards go up. The reason I want to point Vlad out is because looking at his cards, they're cheap. This is his Series 2 short print. He has an update similar to Acuna's. Acuna in 2018 had a 2018 short print image variation, and then his actual flagship rookie was in 2018 update. Vlad is the same way. He has an image short print variation. This actually is a no number. It's not on the checklist. There's actually no serial numbering on the back. And he has a flagship rookie in update. But this card's less rare than the Acuna, so know that going into it. But overall, you can see they're very cheap. They're very hard to grade just because almost always there's a corner that has an issue. But if you can get this for 50 to 60 bucks, I think that is a great deal, and there's huge potential for that card to go up. People want Vlad to be good. They're looking for reasons to put money into him. It's like Ohtani. Ohtani finally is playing okay, and people are putting tons of money into him. I think Vlad will be that same way. People want his Bowman Chrome autographs that they spent tons of money prospecting to go up, and so they're going to hype his market up. And I think that's going to happen quickly if you can start hot. So anyways, this is my third person I'd recommend looking into. Overall, those are my 3 picks for this week. Next week is the last week I'll be doing it prior to 2021 season. I have a bunch of fun videos in mind, so stay tuned, guys. Please like and subscribe. Let me know down in your thoughts below who of these 3 players you believe in, who you don't believe in, and what you will not be picking up. Appreciate it, guys, and have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.